Well, I'm alive. Hello. I don't even know how to do this anymore. Um, oh yeah, this is gonna be one where I say a lot. Sorry. I keep looking over there for the camera. The camera's right there. What am I doing? Hi, my name's Noah. I'm kicking the table. I'm sorry. I just freaked out because I realized, I thought about it. I said, what happens if this battery dies on this cute little remote for my phone? And like to start the camera. And I literally just freaked out because look, there's a little port that I can charge the battery inside. And it got me excited. Okay. Hi. Again, my name's Noah. This is Noah Stitches. I was a floss tuber until I took a 2-month break, but I would like to regain my 2 weeks bi-weekly upload schedule. I laugh because I don't know if that's gonna actually happen or not. But thanks for coming. Okay, take it from the top. My name's Noah. Again, this is my Flosstube channel, Noah Stitches. I'm on Instagram at noah.stitches. I've been gone from Flosstube for 2 months, and we got a lot to talk about. A ton. So my thoughts are gonna be all over the place. I have 2 finishes, I think. I have 8, no, not 8 whips, 1, I don't even know. I didn't even count because even getting the stuff together for a floss tube, I was like, oh, well, this is where this is at. This is where this is at. I'm not prepared for this at all. Do you see this? Other than Mount Everest on my forehead, ignore that. And my dried skin right here. I'm stressed out. I'm a teacher. There's a lot going on. But look, you see that little hair right there? Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the party, gray hair. Yes. Let's welcome her to the party. In case you didn't know, this is gonna be crazy. I'm an elementary school teacher. This is my first year of teaching, and I am teaching 1st grade, which is why I strongly believe that this little gray hair at the ripe age of 21 decided to pop up in the most recent few weeks. My cat Erickson is glaring at me from the carpet because his nap is being interrupted, but maybe he'll make an appearance. This is Flosstube 22. Did I even say that? This is Flosstube 22. There's gonna be segue upon segue upon segue. I promise this is gonna be chaotic. I just promise from the get-go. Okay, so Flosstube 22, I have a lot of messages that ask me what happened to Flosstubes 1 through 20. Well, wait, I thought I just got a message. I thought I turned my airplane mode on. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's, am I still here? Okay, my Wi-Fi was on, even though I hit airplane mode. I really don't know if I like the camera being this way. Wasn't it normally over there and not over here? Because I keep looking over there. I don't know. What was I even saying? Flosstube 22. Oh, camera, Flosstubes 1 through 20. You're probably like, yo, bro, you got 2 crochet videos and a live, and then Flosstube 21. Where is everything else? I privatized it. Privatized means that it is not deleted off of YouTube, but they are sitting in a secret little folder in my hands, where I've said for months now that I would go back and watch them to make sure that they were safe for work, because I'm an elementary school teacher. And I'm not a teacher. I don't teach kids at all. Do you think I've had any time or encouragement to watch those videos? No. So they are still sitting in that special folder on my phone. It's cool. It's cool. They're gone, but not forever. Maybe winter break, I can watch a couple. and put them back up. But yeah, crazy. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So we're chilling, we're vibing. I am drinking. Oh, you may want to drink. Or maybe a full course meal. Like, I'm talking 3. Like, you need an appetizer, an entree, a dessert, and a little bit of wine if you really want to make it through this video, because, girl, we got a lot to talk about. Oh, child. Okay. So, let's start from the top. I'm drinking bubbly mango, which y'all know is a fave. Why'd I put my hand behind it like I was a 2012 guru on YouTube? I am this can. I don't know if you could see it, but I don't know what happened to it, but it still works. I think this is a good metaphor for the past 3 weeks of teaching. Still usable, still breathing, alive, giving liquid. Oh, that. I should not say that and compare it to me, but anyways. But definitely dented and broken and barely hanging on. No, seriously though, the past 3 weeks have been phenomenal. Been very excited to have my own class, and the first graders are like this big. I'm like, oh my God, you're so tiny. But it's been an eventful 3 weeks. And then even before that, because remember, I've been gone for 2 months. Even before the 3 weeks of that, I had 2 weeks of professional developments, day in, day out. Have you ever seen that video of Lady Gaga talking about being on a tour? She's like, club, another club, bus, another club, plane, another club. That's how I felt about those professional developments. I was like all over town and all the different schools, and I was like doing this over here, doing that over there, taking in all of this information. So then I come home and I was exhausted, and I'm like, I need to film a Flosstube. But I couldn't film a Flosstube because I was so tired, and it also wasn't stitching. So I was like, well, why would I film a Flosstube? Let's just wait another week. Here we are, 2 months later. There is a bug that is flying around my phone. I did not invite you. Go away. Go away. Anyways. Then even before the professional developments, I was off the grid. Caroline, shout out. Off the grid needle arts. I was physically in a location on vacation. A location on vacation, I love that. That bug is driving me nuts. Go. Thank you. Sorry, headphone users. So I was on vacation in Virginia off of the Potomac. Potomac? Potomac. No, Potomac. Potomac River. My great aunt has a river house up there. But the river is ocean water, which always throws me for a loop because technically isn't it an inlet off the ocean and not a river then? But then it connects to other rivers. So wouldn't it be a river then? I just called it the ocean. I stayed on the ocean for a week. And so I was off of Instagram for a week. And then when I got back, I was so busy. Like, I had like 50 hours that week of professional developments and after school activities and all this other stuff. And of course, like, I'm trying to meet the whole new team. Whirlwind. And then we did the 3 weeks of teaching, day in and day out, like insanity in the most wonderful, but also the most stressful ways, AKA why my face is disgusting right now. I'm still stressed out, but that's okay. We're decompressing. We're working on it. We're working on it. 9 minutes in, haven't even shown a lick of stitching. This is normal here, in case you're a new watcher. I like to ramble. I would not be surprised if this video was 2 hours long. I really wouldn't. I've allotted 2 hours to talk. So, there we go. There's just so much to talk about. Like, I thought I had a lot to talk about in 2 weeks. Times it. Anyways. So the vacation was wonderful. I loved it. We were on the beach, off the grid. My phone didn't work except for like one little spot on the property where you had to be like on your tippy toes with the clouds like covering just right. And Verizon was like, I'll tease you with a half-loaded screen. And then not load the rest. Wonderful. So actually it really was. I enjoyed it. We read a lot. I went with my family. I read a lot. I stitched a lot. There wasn't Wi-Fi in the house, but when we would go into town, I would text people back, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know where I was going with all of that. Oh yeah, so then I come back. Insanity ensues with the professional developments. You know, professional development over here, development, car, development. Also, why can't I just put it all in one place? Like, I drove around to all of these different schools. Anyways, working on my classroom, sweetie. I think I'm still sore from working on my classroom. That little thing on top of that basket there is an unfinished quilt. That every time I look at it, I say, I'm gonna finish you, and then I don't. So I allotted about a week and a half to set up my classroom. Remember, I'm a first year teacher. I've never done any of this before. And I was like, ooh, I love that crafty thing. I love this, I love that. Let's do it all. Took me 2 weeks and I'm still putting stuff together. But my room is stunning. I love my classroom. Like, I'm gonna brag on myself for a little bit. The kids love the classroom. I love my classroom. It's so low key. We play music all the time. It's just, I just love it. It's so just warm and just, I love it. And then you have like 21st graders like running around and screaming. So it really kind of breaks that fantasy for a second. Because you're the one in charge of all of them. And half of them have never been in a school before because there was a weird, really weird pandemic going on, triggering. Still is though. So I've got like kindergarteners pretty much. So there's been a lot of repeating, a lot of training. It'll happen for about 5 to 6 more weeks. And I'm okay with that because this week was easier than the first week. Positive mindset, right? I haven't even counted how many times I've cried. It's like beyond comprehension at this point. I can't even count that high. Seriously, I have cried a lot. But it's okay because I'm learning a lot, a lot. And I wouldn't do anything. I truly, even with it being so difficult recently, on certain days, on certain events and situations, it's been really hard. But I have enjoyed almost every moment of it. Yes, that's a good way of putting it. I've had a couple of hard situations that I've already had to deal with, but now I know how to deal with them, right? So if it ever happens again, it'll be a little bit easier and a little bit more manageable. So trying not to overthink. Everyone says that's what the Virgos do, but I just think teachers are super reflective and we constantly are trying to figure out new ways to tackle certain situations. So I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna enjoy my Flosstube. Today is Saturday, the 21st. Oh look, it's 4:20. Saturday the 21st of August. My birthday's in 9 days and I really don't care. Like, is that weird? Like, I'm turning 22. I just have so many other things to worry about than my birthday right now. And it's fine. I don't even know why I mentioned it. Anyways. Oh, because my next Flosstube, it'll be past my birthday. God, there's so much to talk about. Okay, so I've also been why am I trying to say that again? It doesn't work. I have still, there we go, been training for my half marathon in October. So I'm still keeping track with those miles. Like this week I ran 15 miles total. So, I mean, it's split up amongst 3 days, but a half marathon is 13.1 miles. I don't know what that is in kilometers. I'm so sorry. Probably something more impressive. Like 22? Let me see. How many miles? No, how many kilometers? God, this is my day off. And I'm still struggling to get my brain to work right. Okay, so I don't want one marathon, I want a half marathon. because I am not running a full marathon. Okay, yeah, it's 21.09 kilometers. See, that does sound more fancy and more impressive. So for everyone else in the world, it's 21 kilometers. For the US imperial system, it is imperial, right? That's what it's called. I don't know. Dumb American here. Is 13.1 miles. So I've ran a lot of 15Ks before, which I do know what that is in that, which is 9.3 miles. So really it's not that much more. It's kind of like once you hit like 8-9 miles, you can just keep going. You hit this weird like threshold where you really don't care anymore in your head and your body can just do it. I mean, obviously you still have to train, but it doesn't sound as scary. It's easier to get to 13 miles when you're already at 9. Does that make sense? Yes, that does make sense. So I've been training for that, and that's a wonderful decompression from the day because I'm having to run after school because I'm definitely not running before school because I already get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's another thing, girl. I haven't seen 10 p.m. in 3 weeks. Even on Saturdays and Sundays, I'm like, it's 9:15. I gotta go to bed. Like, weird. But also, I'm really enjoying a regular sleep schedule again. And I'm still making sure I get my full 8 hours of sleep because it's very important, especially dealing with 21st graders. So, I don't know, it's just really exciting. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't even know where I'm gonna go with this. Should we show some stitchy stuff? I mean, there's a whole debacle to go through with Etsy. Cause sister cat. That happened when my parents were out of town. Before Virginia. Did I tell y'all about that? I don't know. I didn't watch my last thing. It's been too long. This is insane. My slouch. Oh, God. Anyways. Okay. Really brief synopsis of the Etsy situation so I don't have to ever talk about it again. I was on Etsy one night doing a little bit of cross-stitch shopping as I always do. Someone's car wants to go off right now. Thank you. So I was doing my little shopping. Bought a Stitchrovia pattern. Bought a couple of needle minders from a small business. They have like these parking bobbins for them. What else did I buy? I think that was it. Or maybe I got another pattern. Anyways. Yeah, I think I got another pattern. Anyways. 2 days later, I'm like chilling, vibing. My needle minders are on their way. The parking bobbins are on their way, whatever. And then I'm like cooking. It's about 8:30 on a Sunday. This is before school started, so I wasn't, I was still making dinner at 8 o'clock at night. And so I'm sitting there chopping, cooking, sizzle, the whole thing. You've cooked before, I'm sure. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't judge. I'm sorry. If you've never cooked before, I'm totally fucking jealous. Oh, I just dropped the F-bomb. Anyways, so this is insane. I feel like I'm all over the place. So I'm cooking and I get an email. Oh, your order is on the way from Etsy. And I was like, wig, love that for me. And then I was like, wait a second, I already had an email from the parking bobbin people because the patterns I bought were PDFs. And so I'm looking at the email and I'm like, Sister Cat, that is very expensive. And it is a very ugly t-shirt that I did not buy. And long story short, my Etsy account got hacked. I don't know if I've told you this story before. I'm sorry if I have. Just skip ahead if I have. My Etsy got hacked, and then I was dealing with that, and then they sent the product to UPS, and then UPS delivered it, but they couldn't actually tell me that they actually delivered it because that, even though it was my address, they couldn't prove that they didn't deliver it. And I'm like, so Etsy closed out my case because the item had been delivered, even though it took forever to get a case opened. And then I was like, bro, that's my money. And I'm like, give me my money, honey. And they wouldn't give me my money. And so my bank would credited my account for that amount of money because it was hundreds. of dollars, and I needed it, and teachers don't get paid during the summer, FYI, and I had just moved, so I had spent a lot of money, and I'm just like, you know what, Etsy, you can find someone else to sell something to. And so, because they had hacked my debit card, it was the only thing that was, well, it wasn't the only thing on there. I also had credit cards and Apple Pay and like PayPal, but they hit my debit card on purpose. And Etsy closes their store, like their customer service on Sunday evenings, like really early. So I couldn't get a hold of Etsy, and I changed my password, did all the 2-factor authentication and everything. They're walking around really hard up there. It was just insane, and it was drug out for like weeks and weeks and weeks. And like my bank is about an hour away because I moved. And so they were like, well, if you can't prove this fraud, we're gonna take this money back. And I'm like, Etsy is trying to prove it, and they keep closing my case. And I'm just trying to like, this scammer knows what they're doing. These shops are still up, and the shops were finally closed. And I was like, thank goodness. And then Etsy was like, well, we're gonna refund everything to you. And I was like, okay, wait, love that. Thank you for finally doing your job. Sorry to be rude. I'm the rude one, out, hundreds of dollars. And, over 30 phone calls over the course of 2 weeks with y'all. Literally 30 phone calls, I counted. And so they give me my money back. And then they start refunding my cross-stitch patterns that I've bought before, the parking bobbins, needle minders. I'm literally getting the emails. This is not my phone. You're on my phone. But I'm getting the emails right before I'm on my off-the-grid vacation, on the way there, 12-hour road trip in a car, and I'm like, they're refunding everything. And these are cross-stitch people that I enjoy to buy from. And I'm like, that means they don't get their money. And I call Etsy, and they're like, well, the process has already started, so you can just buy that product again, or you can keep the money. And I'm like, I don't feel good about keeping the money and the product, especially with stuff like cross-stitch patterns that are PDFs, because I already have the good and you can't take it away. Like, I've already printed it out. I already have the parking bobbin. Like, I can't give it back. And so I message all of these people, like it was like 6 or 7 sellers that they had also refunded, which I had never opened a case about. And so I'm like, okay, wait, love that. Let me message them. Let me do it on my time again. And a few of them responded and was like, no, I think Etsy actually ate the cost because I still got my money. And I was like, okay, wait, love that, thank you. So Etsy gave me money, but didn't take it away from the seller. So the moment that I got those messages confirming that they still had their money, I was like, kill it. So I'm no longer an Etsy user. If you do send me a pattern as an on Etsy, I will just check out as a guest and use my PayPal, because apparently PayPal has their stuff together and, MasterCard does not. So I'm a little salty. I'm still a little salty because that was too much of my time, dude. I'm drinking my deformed can. It's okay though. Okay, 24 minutes. 24 minutes. That's how long. We still have so much to talk about. I haven't showed a single thing. Okay. Do you want to talk about an actual cross-stitch piece? Let's do that. So I've posted this on Instagram, even though I've only posted like 3 things in the past like 2 months, which is unlike me. I used to post like once a day, especially on my stories. Like, I feel like I'm not even on my stories because I'm so exhausted when I get home, and then I have like 4 hours to myself, and then it's all teacher related stuff, and then I'm back in bed, and then it's over again, and it's done again, and it's done again. It's cyclical. It's very cyclical, and I love it, but it's very cyclical. Oh my God, the whole house just shook. It wasn't an earthquake, it was just me. So, mini Victorian garden. These are project trackers. I'm looking at the name of it and still cannot read. Project trackers, and this is by S Word Designs on Etsy, which, even though I just kind of like, popped off about Etsy, these are wonderful products, and she is not a scammer, so please buy her project trackers. Mini Victorian Garden by Heaven and Earth Designs. Michelle Sayeda is the original designer. I believe she designs all of them. This was done on 25 count even weave, 2 threads over 1 strand. I think I just had a stroke. 25 count even weave, 2 strands of floss over 1 square. So that means there's 25 stitches in 1 inch. I don't know why my inch is that big. I used the called for, obviously, because it's a full coverage. The original artist is Dominic Davison, and I would like to say, oh, and I drop it, that I finished this on vacation. Literally the night before we left. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, 12-hour road trip at 5 a.m.? Yes, let's go. Let's finish this first. So here we are. I still don't have a poster board. I'm sorry. I don't know where it was at last time y'all saw it. I just know that this is 75,000 stitches. And I did it 10 stitch. So 10 stitch means that you only do the first leg of the cross stitch. Like of the actual X, you just do 1. And you do it like that all throughout the piece. And honestly, the coverage is pretty good. I've switched to 28 count even weave as a, there we go, as a 10 stitch piece, because I do see some fabric through this and I don't like it. It's not noticeable from afar, but you can kind of see it up close a little bit. There are like actual sky pieces poking through the trees right there. It's not all like that, I promise. I'm just gonna move this way. This is my first ever Heaven and Earth design, as well as my first ever full coverage. No, it's not. My Lion King. I'm literally sitting in front of my Lion King right there. That was my first ever full coverage. It's my first ever Heaven and Earth design. And I can't tell you the day I finished it. It's written down in one of my little books, and I didn't write it down on my project tracker. Isn't that wonderful? So, oh, you know, I have to take the iconic, like, thumbnail photo where I, like, screenshot this. Thank you to Bart for always keeping my ass in check with, I always remember it now. I'm always like, oh, I don't have to stand here and just pause for 30 seconds. I can just screenshot it. So yeah, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. I'm done. So obviously all the fabric is still there. Do you think I've had time to cut fabric? Yeah, probably. Do you think I want to cut fabric? I do, but it sits in a nice little bag in my cubby, and then I don't touch it. So I eventually want this framed. I want to frame it myself, but also now that I'm teaching, I'm like, girl, when am I gonna frame it myself? I still haven't even put my initials into this, and it's been finished since mid-July. Yeah, because I went the 11th through the 18th, so it was probably the 18th. I started it September 15th, 2020. So it was about mid-July that I finished it. So just under a year for 75,000 stitches. Pretty iconic. Oh yeah, I park, so like my threads are all over the place, which is why I'm kind of nervous if someone else frames that, because I don't think that they will allot enough cushion in the back for the threads to kind of be bulkier in some areas and for the threads to not be bulky in some areas. So I may just do it myself. It'll just take another year. Started in September last year. It'll take another year to get there. So this is the last time you'll see this little project tracker. Yeah, oh yeah, in March, on March 22nd, I had only completed 24,000 stitches, or 24,729 stitches out of 75,825. So you can see within 3-4 months, I did about 60% of it. So I really was obsessed with this piece, wasn't I? I mean, I still am. It's stunning. And I'm gonna love when it goes up on this wall here. Has this moved? Oh, I don't know. See my light flickering? Let's move it back. Oh, that right there, that little piece, I did not stitch. It is actually from my great aunt's house in Virginia. And I thought she had stitched it, and I asked her about it. Has that light been flickering this whole time? I asked her about it. I said, do you know, like, did you stitch this? What is this? And she was like, well, I actually picked it up at a thrift shop. Because I was like, oh, well, then do you know Yania? Because it says Yania on the name, on the stitch part. And she was like, no, I don't. It was a, I don't know why I made it sound like that. It was found in like a thrift store, like a consignment shop. And I was like, well, it's very beautiful stitching. There's like blends in it. The stitches are done beautifully. And like 2 minutes later, she comes back into the room and she's like, it's yours. She's like, I just thought it would look nice, but you really appreciate it. And I was like, well, thank you. I was like, I don't know if I can. Like, are you sure? And she's like, it sits on my wall and I look at it like once a year. And I said, well, I have a cross stitch wall and I would love if I was able to put that on there. And she said, it's definitely going to a better home. And I was like, that's so sweet. Thank you. Which, talking about the cross stitch wall, was this even here last time we met? I don't know. Life is better with a cat. Life is good with a cat. Still has the original photo. I have a photo of Erickson, like literally like 20 feet from here. And I haven't put it in there. That was a gift from Karen and Bren, which is Fox and Rabbit Designs. I miss them. I haven't been on virtual stitchers in the past few weeks. And we were hanging out on Friday nights there, and she and I would just like, you know, but also, why does that sound like kissing? This is why I can't do Flosstube. I'm insane. Like, what am I talking about? I was talking about drinking, but Brendan also likes to drink a little bit. I mean, market comes up in what, a month? A month and a half? It's right after my fall break. Or before. I don't know. That's insane. It's gonna be here like that, and they're gonna be like right there. Because I live like 15, 20 minutes outside of downtown Nashville, so they're gonna be like right there, which I know it's in like Franklin, but they can like right there. You know, like, is it over there? Is it over there? Is it up there? I don't know. Okay, anyways. Moving on. Oh, I had another finish. This is Seeds of Knowledge by Lizzie Kate. This was number 6. And a good friend of mine, Karen, sent this to me when she was also sending me some teacher supplies. And so, or maybe it was a part of a different package. She sends me packages all the time and I love her for it. Like, not because of that, but because she's just so sweet. She's been sending me these like cute cat memes for the past couple of weeks on Instagram, and I love them. Like, every time I like open Instagram, there's like a cute cat video and I'm like, yes. So teachers plant seeds of knowledge that will grow forever. And there's a lot wrong with this piece because I messed it up. I'd come home with my teacher brain, and like, for instance, these 2 stars right here are supposed to be swapped. And that's okay because they look good where they're at. The red apple was supposed to be a variegated. It's not, but I kind of like how it's not because a lot of the words are variegated. Look at the little wormy's eyes. They're 2 beads. I love it. But the core of the apple is variegated, so I still had some variegation. The leaves are variegated. Variegated means that on the same strand of floss, it differs in color. So whether it's like a green floss that's been like dyed darker on one side and lighter on the other, so it gives a variegation. Or it can be like something that's like pink, hot blue, like purple, green. Like, there's so many worlds out there with variegated flosses. And I used to not stitch with them at all, and I love it. It's beautiful. It makes it easier, especially if you're doing a large block of color, to see, not that large, oh wow. Such a little schoolboy today. Anyways, it's easier to stitch like a chunk of color when it's variegated because you can see the difference of like each stitch and it's nice to follow. But I didn't say this, but this is 32 count even weave vintage country mocha. And this is the called for stuff. If there wasn't a Gentle Art sampler threads that I had, then I would just use the DMC. Weeks Dye Works is one of the threads that are called for in this pattern. My values don't align with theirs anymore. It's just a personal choice. That's up to you. I'm not going to explain my personal choices because I don't really have the time. Like, I'm not saying that to just be like a bitch or anything, but like I physically don't have the time to explain why some of their actions are racist. Oh, I guess I just explained it. I just don't use their floss. It's fine. People eat at Chick-fil-A. I don't. It's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it's fine. Changing the subject. I don't know if I even have a photo of this as a cover photo. Let's find out together. The next piece that I'm going to show is, oh gosh. How do you take so many photos, Noah? And why didn't I love it so it would be like right there? Okay, we're getting closer. I feel like we're getting closer. Oh, I did love it. This is Hidden Harbor by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's another full coverage. I think it's like 135,000 stitches, but I'm doing it 10 stitch. So the first leg, not the second, just the first. But I'm doing it on 28 count Lugana, which is an even weave for, wow, I have not opened this piece probably since the last time we saw it together. Because after my other finish, my full coverage, I had to start something that I'm about to show here in a minute, like ASAP, because someone's having a baby, and I had to get that done. And so I have not seen this piece, and I'm living for the colors. I might actually stitch on this tonight. It is a 28 count, easy grid, even weave. Like, it's already gridded. The flosses are gonna go everywhere. I'm sorry in advance. But that's where I'm at. I think I'm like 12% done. It's going to be quite large. I don't think it's gonna take all of this fabric, but 135,000 stitches is a lot. But I'm 12% done, so really, is it even 135,000 stitches anymore? No. I'm also working alongside Letitia, the crafty curator. Again, since I haven't picked this up for a while and I'm hardly ever on Instagram, I don't know if she's still stitching on this pretty evenly. I know she was doing a month on, month off rotation for a bit. I don't know if she's still maintaining that. Not a read, just a fact. Like, I don't know. I promise. Oh, that's where, oh my goodness, that needle is so bent, girl. Look how bent this needle is. She said, let me take a sharp left. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. What was I talking about? Oh, it's called the Hidden Harbor Sal. S-A-L. Sal means stitch along. So she had this in her whip pile. I started it. She was like, we're totally making this a stitch along. And I said, yes, we are. And I mean, you're like one of the most like known people on the internet and the crafty world. Like, I'm just amazed that you even want to be like attached to me in any form of anything. So yes, of course. And so we started that. She had already started hers, so she's going top left to bop, like to the right, and I'm going down. So while I'm seeing all the little village, I'm also seeing all of her little sky. And it's so cool that we went in different directions. You know what I mean? So she can get excited about the little homes, the little houses. I'm totally stitching on this one tonight. So she can get excited about the little homes, and I can get excited for like when she's going across. Like, I think she'd already hit the mountains, like the tip of the cliff. The tip of the cliff. But I have my, oh, I need to plug in the tablet that has Pattern Keeper on it. I use Pattern Keeper for my full coverage because there would be absolutely no way that I would be able to keep a paper product, a paper pattern, not a paper product, of that design, because it is massive. You have to think about this. Like, I'm down here. Oh, my lights. I'm down here, and I still have a whole other, like, page and a half to go. So, and that was 2 pages. So she's a big girl. She's a big girl. Drink some water. I gotta run in the morning. My head's starting to hurt. Anyways. I think the rest of these are new starts. Because of course, like when you don't have time to stitch, like you have to have time for new starts, right? I don't know what's in this bag. Oh! That shows you how I finished Trees of Knowledge and still have not completed emptying the project bag. Have you even seen this bag? Someone made it for me. I don't know if they want me to say their name. Someone made this for me. Look how pretty it is. Did I show this? I don't know. This is why I need to film more often because I'm getting confused. August is just a wild month as a teacher. That's what everyone keeps telling me. If I can get through August, I'm okay. I mean, for goodness sakes, this has been sitting on my couch for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It is empty. It is a Crystal Treasure Mill Hill for Needlework Projects 13044. And it's been sitting right there, sis. Like, I literally had to move it so I could sit down. Because I'm always over there at my desk working. Anyways. Not gonna get triggered. Oh. My needle minder caught the binder ring in this and it made a very weird sound. So I am also stitching something for Cultural Appreciation Sal. This is led by Michael, Star Parade Craft here on Flosstube and on Instagram. He has been antagonizing in the best way possible for me to come back to Flosstube. And like I sent him a picture the other day. I was like, I gotta deal with all these crazy kids. Which I enjoy. I like dealing with the crazy kids. It's my job. That's why I chose it. Why did they have to update this app? Because I don't know where all this stuff is. I just touched it and it's gone. Where did it go? I use Foxit PDF to like have my PDFs on my tablet, but I don't know where it just went. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go to Files and open it up that way. 10 years later, I can actually show you these. So he was stitching this, but he's doing the like natural brown version. And of course I had to choose the colorful Roosters. So he's doing this for Cultural Appreciation Sal, which is because these are Polish chickens and Michael is Polish. Aren't those so gorgeous? So gorgelina. I just love it. So I had messaged, or I had commented something under one of his posts for it, and I was like, so when you're done, you'll send this to me, right? And then he replied, message sent. And I was like, what? And then I went to my Instagram DMs, remember Teacher Brain? And he was like, which one do you want? And this app does not make sense since they updated it. And next thing I know, I'm kidding it up because he sent me the PDF and I thought it was really, really sweet of him. It is 190 by 190 stitches. I am holding it in my first ever Dawn Marie bag. It's her like binder thing. I think I've used this for like 6 projects now. These are all the colors for it, so you can see how poppin' it is. I did substitute a few colors because I wanted it to be even brighter, but like it was charted 702. I did 704. Where's 704? Because this is more of like a lime green. I want like glaring at you bright. But I'm also doing this one on 32 count even weave vintage country mocha. And don't judge me, I definitely have paper towels. in between my Q-snap and the fabric. So this is where I'm at. Not very much, but I started it. That's all that counts. Okay, now the truck is gone. Let's continue. I enjoyed working on this one compared to the other new one I started because the new one that I started is on 14 count Ada. Oh look, and there's this little competition that just drove by. This is 32 count, and I'm really liking how small it is. Like, even though there's not that big of a difference, I'm working on Ada with this other piece, and I missed my like double, like having to skip over a strand. And my back, look how clean my back looks. Everyone acts shocked. This is not normal. It's okay to have a messy back, but this is not normal. And it's not a gift for anyone. It's not like I'm like trying my hardest to keep it clean. I'm just stitching along. This needle minder is from Top Knot Stitcher. It came from her Make It Yourself kit. Y'all, I'm not kidding. I still have it. DIY needle minder kit. It's a beautiful tin that I use for, let's look, what do we got in here? Some different DMCs. Some needles that are meant to thrown away because, well, let's pick one out. Let me show you why. I also have another needle minder in here. Well, the fact that these won't even magnetize to the needle minder might be telling you something. I don't know if you can see that. You see how it's like darker in the middle? The oils from my skin or something. I don't know, girl. Science. I thought someone was at my door. I was like, I'm not answering that, I'm filming. It's like slicked, taken off the metal part. Does that make sense? It's like taking away the silver plating. I don't even know why I'm talking about that. I just was trying to show the DIY needle minder kit from Top Knot Stitcher Shop. And also, really quick, did you know that there was an article about the Flosstube community? Yeah. Yeah. And Abby was in it. Top Knot Stitcher. I was like, I saw it on Facebook, girl, and I was like, ah! Like in the middle of like school, and I saw it at my lunch break, and I was like, that's us. Anyways, I don't know why I just made that face. This is also a Black Lives Matter needle minder. It's a really nice needle minder. One of my friends on Instagram gifted it to me from a shop. I could not remember the shop's name right now, and I am very, very sorry. I also have one that is a Kamala one, that is a Converse shoe, and it has her breaking the glass ceiling. But she's standing on the ceiling, so she really broke through, like full body, like, I don't know why I just said that, it's kind of funny. Anyways, on to the next whip, my next new start. Did I even say that was a new start? I don't know if I did. This is another bag from Dawn Marie, DM's Crafty Vortex. I don't know if I said her Flosstube name before. I think I just said Dawn Marie. But this is also hers that she made me. She does not sell these. I keep asking her when she's gonna sell them, and it's just too much work. So I feel really guilty every time I get one because it's just a lot of work for her, but these are amazing and I love them. It is a cute teacher-related, what's it called? Teacher-related cover. Fabric. There we go. Fabric. And so inside, there's cat hair all over it, I'm sorry, are all of my unbobbinated, by the way, flosses for this whip, because I've been too lazy to go to Michael's and get bobbins, or even order them online and have them shipped to my house. Nope, I rephrase. I haven't been lazy. I've been extremely busy, and then when I'm not busy, I'm tired from being extremely busy. So it's working for me though. So I've been using this as I kick the table again. Trust me, maybe next Flosstube I'll actually have my shit together. But let me show you the actual whip. Now this is the Ada that I was talking about. I cannot remember the name of this floss, this fabric. Not floss. I know the floss. It's all DMC. The fabric, but I do know who it's by. How many times can I burp in 1 second? That's disgusting. I'm sorry. Excuse me. This fabric is by Fox and Rabbit Designs, and that's Karen and Bren. I don't know why I just spaced really hard. I like looked at the stitch and I went, huh? And so they sent me this along with a few other things. I think I remember showing it on one of my Flosstubes as a gift that they sent me. And so it is a Stitchrovia design, and it is called Welcome to the World, Little One. Oh, work, Diva. Yes. Where is the actual cover? Oh, God. Can I show this from really far away and not get in trouble? Because it's definitely the pattern. Okay, you saw it enough. I'm gonna have to watch this back. Shit. I think it'll be okay. I mean, I have majority of it done. So, welcome to the world, little one. This is for one of my friends that are having a little one. I really hope she's not watching this because I didn't tell her about it and I want it to be a surprise. But also, if she does come across it, just act like you're surprised when I give it to you, okay? The reason I have it in the bag with the books and stuff on it is because she is my best friend and she is a teacher. But she's not a teacher this year because she's pregnant. Getting all excited. But I love it on this fabric because it's really, really pretty. I love the little cow. There's gonna be a rainbow up here above welcome. And then you may also be looking at it and saying, Noah, this looks great and all. But what's going on with the little one? If you know Stitchrovia pattern, she likes to do darker. Oh my gosh. No, girl. No. Oh wait, no, I did it right. Oh, I talk about a roller coaster of emotions. I thought I did this one wrong too. So, you know how she does the two-tone? So you see how it's a dark blue and then a light blue? And then a dark pink and a light pink? Well, that's a light blue on top of a dark blue. And so the reason behind that is because I was watching Legendary on HBO Max and I was so enamored with the House of Tishi that I didn't choose the wrong color. It's just they were sitting next to each other and I started stitching it and I was like, I'm not unpicking that. I got time to unpick it. And so, or frog it. So I just stitched it like that. I think it looks nice. Like, I'm definitely not changing it. So even if it doesn't look nice, I'm leaving it. But I enjoy the little moon, the cow jumping over it. There's a lot more motifs, like Humpty Dumpty is over here somewhere. There's a rainbow up here, a sun that's smiling. I did all the words. There's a giant banner in the middle where it's all yellow. That's going to be the part that really takes the wind out of me because it's just one yellow. Hundreds and hundreds of stitches, which will be nice if I wanted something that I didn't have to count on, but also at the same time, kind of dreading it. First, I was like, let's tackle the words, and then we can tackle the banner. And now I'm like, well, Humpty Dumpty's pretty adorable. Why don't I just do Humpty Dumpty? So knowing me, it'll be the last thing I do, and I'll hate myself for it. She's having her baby the week of Thanksgiving, though, and it's so soon. That's so soon. That's 2 months. She has 2 months and she's like, I know she's already a mom, but like she'll officially be a mom. Like a baby out in this world. Like, when? Like kindergarten in 5 years. God. I think I just had a crisis for her. Like, you know when like parents will like, they're getting ready for, they're like in their pregnancy stage and they're like having like these like what if scenarios and they're like crises because they're like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to do all these things. They're gonna turn 18. I'm gonna have to buy my car. Like all that. I think I just manifested that for her. I'm sorry. Now, let's chit chat. Because we have some stuff. I'm really proud to say that I don't have any more cross stitch. 55 minutes and I only spent 25 minutes yakking about myself. So, I mean, the other things are cross stitch related, but they're not my cross stitches. So, you know, I'm still gonna chit chat. So before we get into this is kind of like semi-haul, semi-not haul. I'll be honest, I haven't really bought a lot of cross-stitch stuff over the past couple of months. Well, because my Etsy experience was shit. I didn't have any money because I wasn't getting paid by work yet. And I could not even have enough time to stitch the things that I own, so how was I gonna be able to buy things that I didn't own yet? So, like, I'm not one of those people that will, like, lay in bed at, like, 11 o'clock and buy something very often, because I, like, hit my bed and I'm like, that's me sleeping, by the way, in case you might not have known. So, Dawn Marie, DM's Crafty Vortex, with this one, she sent me. She was so, I'm saying she because I didn't notice, and honestly, to me, it's still usable. On this pocket, it's like a little shorter than the rest, so you can't fit a bobbin in it. I wouldn't have been able to notice, even if like I tried to put a bobbin in there, I would have been like, oh, I'm trying to put it in wrong. Like, so she sent me a new one. Come here. Come here. You over there meowing. The people want to see you an hour in. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, good boy. Come here. Oh, yes. Say hi to the people. They haven't seen you in 2 months. They miss you. Look how big he is, y'all. He is 13 pounds now. He's literally so big. My baby boy. His name is Erickson. I named him after an educational psychodevelopmental theorist. An educational psychosocial, I don't know. Do you remember what his name was? Obviously, because it's your name. Erickson. Boop, boop. Okay, I gotta show these bags, and then we can cuddle. Okay? You good with that? You Gucci? He's just so heavy. He's so heavy. I don't lift weights. I run. You're such a big boy. The vet also said that he still has some growing to do. I was like, what? You're already so large. Not body shaming, just making a note. Like, I feel like I'm constantly having to get him a new collar because his neck keeps growing. I'm like, ooh, big neck. You got big neck. There you go. Roll. I like to do backflips off the couch. Like, he'll just, like, stretch out and then he, like, backflips. Anyways, it's safe, I promise. Anybody else watch the Olympics? They turned that shit out. That was fierce. I love that. Anyways, so she sent me a new bag. I still have her note in here. But she had also just started her first ever Heaven and Earth design, and I'm so happy for her because it's such a big deal. You're gonna be obsessed. You're never gonna turn back. I'm still talking about Dawn Marie, by the way. And so she sent me a new bag because she felt bad about the other one and like the pocket space. And I was like, girl, you really don't have to do that. Well, she came up with the concept of a full coverage whip with max colors and it all being able to fit into one project bag. So my Heaven and Earth design, Hidden Harbor, this is how many flosses it has. I think it's like just under 95, 90, something. It's like, it's more than my Victorian garden. I know that was like 89. So it's just a few more. It fills up pretty well. You can see the bright colors. Well, here is the new bag. So, boom shakalaka. Sorry, it's something I say with my kids. I can't even, it's so large, I can't even show it. I love it. I'm sorry for doing that. It was inappropriate. You can't tell, but there's little pockets for your flosses. I'm trying to like grab onto it at the same time as doing it. I need to go. I need to go so bad. There's still cat hair all over it. Thanks, Erickson. Love you. So I don't even know how many flosses this holds, but it holds a lot. And in case you were wondering, it holds even more flosses on the same side. So you can do like a full coverage piece and store all of your flosses in one bag that's compact like this with your whip inside, and there you go. And look at this. Other than the note inside, don't look at her note. It's my note. I kept it in there because the day that I put my heaven and earth in there, I'm gonna reread it again and again. This little zipper, you can stick stuff in there. You can put your project in here. Put your project in here. I mean, this is like top tier craft. I could never. When I went on vacation and I brought this one, like the binder pouch thing, like my mom was like, well, why don't you create something like that? And I was like, because I don't have the mental capacity to be able to like, this is how I do the math. This is how much fabric I need. I need to make sure I'm quilting it while also not quilting this side. And just like, brilliant. Dawn, you are brilliant. Like, there's no other way about it. Like, you are a wizard. You're a wizard, Dawn Marie. Like, even down to such the fine detailing of like the little. So because I'm stitching on my heaven and earth tonight, I'm gonna transfer all of my flosses into here with my project. And this will be its home until it's complete. It's gonna take a while. Not to transfer, but to stitch it, because it's gonna take a while. I'm gonna leave it right there so we can still see it. And then I still have other stuff. Oh, I was at, side note, I was at the store the other day looking for teacher stuff like I always do. And look at this coffee table book I got. It says The Doggest Puppies. And there's like little puppies all inside. Like, look at them. What are they doing? Look how tiny he is. So when I have a bad day at work, I come home, grab a glass of wine, and look at these photos. Like, look how happy that mom is. Like, she's so proud of her little babies. Like, why? This is Aria Hound Mix. She's 3 months old. What is she doing there? Where is she going? What does she have for breakfast? It's a beautiful book. Can you believe it was $4? It was $4. And she's full. She's full. Anyways, I just wanted to share that moment of happiness with you. So also another gorgeous moment of happiness came from Letitia again. So Almond M&M's, who is Ymir here on Flosstube, has opened a thread dyeing shop. So going back to the conversation earlier where you're talking about variegated flosses and all that jazz, she hand dyes silks and cottons. Does she hand dye silks or just cottons? No, I think she does both. Does she just do one? I don't know, it's been so long, I'm so sorry. But it's Almond M&M's is the shop, is the yarn dyeing shop, because I think she also does like full skeins. So where I'm going with this is I had posted that Ymir had a thread collection drop, and I was like, I need this, but like just wait until I get paid, and this is ball. This is like all mine. And I did like a little unboxing on Instagram. Well, Letitia sent it to me as a gift for like a welcome home present, like a housewarming gift. And I thought that was so sweet of her. So I'm here to show you all of them. It is 6 skeins. Ymir named them after iconic or historical moments in African American history, and really just like historical moments in American history that, you know, we can look back on and actually learn from, you know, and actually do good things about it now. So these are not in order because, well, that would take another second for me talking, and I think I should save you the time. This one is 1866. This is the Civil Rights Act. So each color, each die is named after a year and what they are, and they come. Look, John, look, it's just so tiny. I love it. It's so small. This is 1873. It's the first open heart surgery was performed by a Black doctor, and it's like a beautiful, not beige, it's more of like it has pink undertones, but it's like a, not even cocoa, because cocoa's too rich for this description, but it's not beige. I'm beige. This is not beige. You know what I mean? Like, Erickson scratched me there a couple weeks ago, and now it's scarring. So it looks like I got into a fight. I promise I didn't. But I still haven't stitched with these because I'm looking for something like amazing to stitch with these that I can incorporate all of them into. This is 1965, Bloody Sunday and the Voting Rights Act. This one definitely has more of a pink undertone. I think it's washing out really bad. Probably because of my shirt too. But you can see amazing photos on her website. 1859. The last known slave ship to arrive in the United States. 1859. Let that sink in. Real shit, y'all. This one's definitely lighter than the other one is. You can tell. But just enough. Just enough, right? 1900. I think. Girl, I can't see right now. My eyes are tired. 1900, I'm sorry. Black National Anthem was created. And this one's a little bit more of a richer, there we go. That actually shows really, really well. I'm impressed with the fact that it only took me 5 skeins to do that. And then 2021, we are here today talking about inclusivity and representation. About inclusivity and representation, yeah. And this one, by far, is my favorite. This is where you get the cocoa and the tan. And this is variegated floss, by the way. If anyone was, like, needed another representation. Now, this one, I just don't ever want to stitch with. I just want to, like, hold on to it and just, like, go to sleep at night. And I'm like, good night. You know? But these are just so pretty. Look how beautiful that is. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. If you have any amazing, like, Black Lives Matter patterns or just, like, culturally diverse patterns, because I don't stitch white people in my cross stitches anymore. I only stitch people of color. But, yeah, truly, like, boom. Like, these little nuggets of joy. I've had them for like 2 months and I've been waiting to share them with the world. So now I can stitch with them. Send me some pattern ideas. Remember, if it's on Etsy, girl, I'm shopping as a guest. Okay, I only have one more thing to talk about. And it's from Maggie. Maggie with an I, like eyeball on Instagram. I don't think she has a Flosstube. I think it's just on Instagram. We talk pretty often. Again, I've been like non-existent for weeks now. But I just want to show this card. I don't want to show what it says. But she sent me a package. Well, first, let's show what type of package she sent it in. Well, I can just show the back. I was like, how do I cover up our addresses? Hello? You know, this has been sitting on my kitchen counter for 3 weeks at this point. No, even more, because it was expected July 12th. So it's been sitting here for a month. Oh God, it's only been a month? That's how long ago? I don't know if that's like good or bad, because it feels like that was so long ago, but also like just yesterday. I just look at it. It's just so pretty. It's hollow. Ooh. But she sent it in it, and it's so extra. Like, I just imagine my mail person just like walking up to the door and being like, ooh. Like that, because that's what I do too. So, and if they don't, then they're not having fun. I just like yell at my mail person. I'm like, look at this and have fun. Anyways, that's what she shipped it in, which I just think is like iconic. She sent me this pattern. I think, yeah. Let me check the note just to be sure, because obviously it's been over a month and I've got a lot on my mind. But if it just it was from her. Okay, good. So she sent me, it's been a month, I'm sorry. She sent me these little stickers. Look at these little stickers. I love it. And she writes my name all fancy. Like, duh. That's so cute. And then look, even a little sticker right here. Erickson. Hey. Get down from there. No, sir. I put a hanging shelf, like a floating shelf, in my bathroom. And there's like a thing on the internet, if you put down aluminum foil on a counter, the moment a cat jumps up on it, it'll like scare him or her. And because I don't want him on the shelf because he weighs too much, he'll break it. And because the recommended weight is like 10 pounds. And I'm like, sure, a candle's going up there and it's like 6 ounces, like it'll be fine. But if he jumps up there, the whole thing is coming down. And I just heard the aluminum foil and he's just walking around on it. Hey. I'm gonna have to go get him. That little twerp. Get out. My goodness. Sorry you see my sweatpants. I'm very comfortable right now. I dress up 5 days a week. I need a day off. Oh, not COVID, I promise. I got tested yesterday. Anyways. Back to the good stuff. Look at this little girl. Hey, this card is so pretty. Like, and then like, I'm not gonna share like what like she wrote inside, but like her handwriting is so pretty. I'm like, I wanna write like you. Like, come on. Like, why do you people have to exist? Like, it makes me look like I have chicken scratch. And then she also sent me Moments to Remember by Leisure Arts. It's book 3. He just ran from the bedroom all the way into the living room and jumped up on his tower. Do not do that again. He's still a kitten, even though his birthday is the 24th in 3 days. Oh my God, he's gonna be a year old. You happy to be 1? You happy to be 1 year old? You got 3 days. The 24th is when we found him. When my friend found him, I didn't take him in until a couple days later. Anyways, sorry. It's this really pretty piece. It's about Tennessee. Honestly, I'd read it right now, but I feel like an hour and 15 minutes is kind of long enough. And I feel bad. But it's about like the spring and the summer and the fall in Tennessee, and that's what like the picture is too. Like it talks about, okay, I'll read it. I'll read it, fine. I'll read it, it's fine. I hear you telling me to, so I guess I'll read it. Fireflies blinking inside mason jars, swings on porches and... Let's turn to the pattern, sorry. Swings on porches and knee action cars, which... I don't even know what that is. Tennessee walkers and long country road lanes, a thunderstorm in a summer rain. Creamy magnolias and clover chains, small bottle cokes and waving to trains. Counting bread, pudding, and ice cream snow. The Lone Ranger on the radio, which I don't know what the Lone Ranger is either, but maybe I'll put like Megan Thee Stallion on the radio. Sugarcane at Crowley Stone, just that wonderful hat my daddy wore. I'll change it to Mom. Sometimes in April on deep in December. Those magical moments are sweet to remember. So I'm obviously going to change a couple of the lyrics or of the saying because they don't align with, well, it's my cross stitch, so I want to change it. I mean, it's just cursive. It's just like scripted cursive. It won't take anything to rechart that, so. But I love it. It has a beautiful house on it, and there's like little barns, and it'll be beautiful. It's got a lot of tent stitch too, so it'll be working really quick. It's just a very long piece, so I gotta find a long piece of fabric. But look at this. It was $2.50 in 1988. Well, my mom was 10. Did I just out my mom's age? So she sent me a couple more things too. And that was already enough. And she still sent me more. It's so sweet. Go give her some love. Maggie with an I on Instagram. I'll have everybody linked and stuff in the description box. So look, it's this little bag. It's so little and so cute. And it's stunning. Look at the zipper. Oh, a zipper. And look at the inside. Ooh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And not only that, but there's a matching little bag with it that's quilted. It's like a little tiny pencil pouch for your belongings for your cross stitch. There's nothing in it, that's why it's kind of struggling to stand up, but it's really not because look how cute that is. It's like a little box with a little tag on it and a little zipper. And look at the inside, it's a different fabric. I'm like, girl, you went all the way out. Show it out. I'm like, what do I want to put in this little bag? That's what I'm gonna put in the little bag. I just saw it. The little nuggets of joy. From Ymir. Through Letitia. I love it. Oh my gosh. Look at them floating around in there. Oh my gosh, and I still have room. I need more nuggets. Oh, adorable. But this bag was not empty. No, it was not. Now I feel like I'm writing to my first graders. She designed this, stitched it. I actually had to bring it home because it's been sitting in my classroom for the past 3 weeks. So I had to bring it home yesterday from work. And look, it's a sampler, but it's all rainbow. Love rainbow. But look, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z, hashtag heart. And look, it's the 001110 thing. I don't know why I said thing. It's like the tech stuff, and it says I heart. Well, I love you, but it has a heart. I have a sneeze. I'm sorry. But even the way, like this is a stunning design. I love this. And look at the fabric on the back. Funky and psychedelic and rainbow. Little pom-poms all the way around. I'm pretty sure these are from Lady Dot Creates because these are amazing pom-poms. So I was really nervous about bringing this into the classroom at first because I was like, oh, I have first graders, like they're pretty messy. Well, they can't reach certain areas because they're so tiny. So it sits up on my bookshelf. And I've already had multiple students say that they really like the rainbows and they like how there's the letters because first grade, we're learning our letters still. So they're like, ooh, that one's C. And I'm like, it sure is. Let's do our letter keyword sound. C, cat, K. And they're like, C. It's adorable. So I didn't know if Maggie knew this or not, but this is being used as a learning tool in my classroom. So thank you. And my rainbow, or my classroom is rainbow themed too. So this just fits in perfect. Have I already said that? I don't know. I'm sorry if I repeated myself. But back in the bag it goes so it doesn't get damaged on the way to school. And then it'll be sitting back up on my bookshelf. A lot of the people in the school know that I cross stitch. And some don't, but they keep thinking that I made that. And I was like, no, someone even better than me made that. I'm like, a good friend of mine. So I always get tickled when people ask me about it because they're like, ooh, is that cross stitch? And I'm like, yes, and my best, like one of my good friends made that. I'm like, yep, that's like amazing work. To go back off of like the crafty thing, you might recognize some of these patterns of these prints because I was tasked with Q for quilt, with different print fabrics for our media center to have like a library wall. It's our media center is our library, but to have like an alphabetical wall that has different prints on them. And so I spent the night like hot gluing the shit out of this like Q with all these fabrics. Like the avocado fabric is my first ever project bag. This is on Christmas in Nantucket right there. The flannel, the stars are on the moonlit cabin. The dinosaur fabric is new. The plaid penguins is my winter pillow, that the pattern I got from Caroline. These are in a couple of quilts. That's on my Halloween piece, which is put away right now. The rainbow cats right here are on my I'd Rather Be Excluded piece that I designed. And then the little rainbow unicorn cat things, catacorns, are a pencil pouch of mine. Like, and I told my team, I said, I want to make that. And they're like, good, because you were going to be the one that we were going to suggest. And I was like, I want to make it for selfish reasons. And they were like, why? I said, because every time I go into the library, I essentially get to see my cross stitch patterns up on the wall because I see the fabric and I think about the pattern. You know what I mean? And they were like, oh yeah, that's a cool reason. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm kind of geeking out. It's cool. It's cool though. We're all good. We're all Gucci. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. An hour and 22 minutes. I'm about 40 minutes off of my estimate, which is fine. It's still probably gonna take you like what, like 6 days to watch this. Some people will tell me, they're like, I was able to get through this entire one in one sitting. And I'm like, that's a lot. It's a lot of me talking. But I don't know which one's worse. Me talking for an hour and a half, or you splitting it up for 15-minute chunks for 5 days. But welcome back. Welcome back, Noah. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot to talk about. I haven't been consuming Flosstube because I don't have time, so I feel like I'm really out of the loop. I miss everyone. I have a giant playlist to go through and watch. But the first step to getting that to start being watched is to actually film a Flosstube, so you all know I'm alive. But I am alive. I'm doing semi-okay. No, it'll cool down a little bit. It'll calm down a little bit after August. It's just a lot of new stuff, a lot of exciting things, you know, so it's good though. As I yawn at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, for bed. No, it's good. I wouldn't change a thing. Like, honestly, it could probably easily be worse, and it could also easily be better. But I think for a first-year teacher, I'm doing the most. So I'm trying to be a little bit easier on myself because I'm really taking things hard sometimes. So it's just breathing through the moments, enjoying the time, enjoying the process. I really already know my kids pretty well. I have 20 of them, but I feel like one of the sweetest things, y'all want to hear this? Like, I get teary-eyed thinking about it. I like, on Monday mornings, they're like my favorite, or Mondays. This bug, girl. Mondays are my favorite because when they're coming back into the classroom, I greet them at the door. And like, most of them, not all of them, but most of them will be like, I missed you this weekend. And I'm just like, stop. Like, so fucking cute. That's so cute. And of course, like, I tell them I miss them too, because I really do, but also, girl, I need a break. I need these 2 days, girl. I'm like, let me breathe, let me breathe. Some of them try to bear hug me, and they're like, their little tiny arms are like wrapped around my, and I'm like, okay, it's time for me to end this. I am starting to go off the deep end, like I haven't already. It's time for me to cook dinner. It's time for me to cross stitch a little bit. I didn't get a cross stitch yesterday. There was a karaoke thing of it after work, and then got a little turn. If anybody's wondering, I killed Fergalicious on the stage, so had everybody's attention, that's for sure. We love straight environments where the one gay person in the room is like, Fergalicious definition. The boys go loco. I enjoyed it though. It was good. I enjoyed being with my coworkers. If anybody wants to know how I'm storing my orts, because I haven't been able to find a jar, that's how my life's going. Again, I am this can. Usable, but definitely messed up. So, okay, I guess I'll do an outro. Haven't done one in 2 months, so let's see how this goes. Thank you for watching my video, which truly thank you, because that's a lot of time out of your life that you are not ever gonna get back. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe if you want to. Honestly, I don't know when my next video will be. I'm shooting for 2 weeks from now. I don't even know what day that is, but 2 weeks from now. I think I have Labor Day off here soon. That's like 3 weeks away. Oh my God. Yay, I get a Monday off. Okay, so I just got super pumped. I totally forgot about Labor Day. That's a 4-day week. So pumped. If I can hold out till Labor Day, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. You wanna hear some tea? The parents are coming for an open house later this week, and I'm really struggling. I'm like, oh my God, I have to talk to people that are my age or older about their children, and I don't know what to say. Just keep me in your thoughts. I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, I know what I'm talking about. It's just like, you know, whenever you're a parent, you really want your child to be like the best version of themselves always. So gotta make sure I stick it to them, you know, just like that. Be like, your kid is amazing. I was in the middle of an outro, and here I am talking about this. See, this is why I can't. Follow me here. Subscribe. Do the thing. Like it if you want. You can dislike it if you want. I think it still helps with the algorithm, so I don't really know why they still have it. But anyways, like it. Dislike it. Subscribe. Unsubscribe. My name's Noah. I'm on Instagram at noah.stitches. Noah.stitches. And I plan on posting there more often because I plan on stitching more often than just twice a week. Also, next time, I'm going to put the camera over here because I keep looking over there. So I have a feeling that it was over there before Flosstube number 22. But this will probably be titled, I'm Alive, and I still can't have a single train of thought. Thanks for spending time with me, peoples. I will see you hopefully in 2 weeks. And if not, please don't crucify me. Please.